29 minutes past 9, BBC Radio Derby's Breakfast Show with me, Shane O'Connor. 30 times in 24 hours. What? What are we talking about? 5 guys will be attempting 30 gigs in 24 hours for charity in a few months. The Derby band is called Abandon, and most of them are here with us this morning, instruments in hand. It all works out at a gig every 48 minutes. And I've got to say good morning to get them in the right order. Morning, Sam.
Morning.
Dean.
Good morning.
Jay.
All right.
James.
Howdy.
And the bass guitarist Adam, who's not here this morning.
He's on his way.
So has he left the band? Do you think, will he be listening this morning?
We believe he's on his way.
Has he bottled it, has he? He's gone, hasn't he? He's left it, I don't know.
The rock and roll night to remember, so...
He's been rock and rolling all night, and he's forgot to party every day, hasn't he? That's his trouble. 30 gigs in 24 hours for cancer research. Hands up, whose idea was this?
That'll be mine.
You fool. Where did this come from?
Well, it all happened, sad story to start off with. My granddad passed away from lung cancer.
Yeah.
And I thought, I want to do something for cancer research, and I thought marathon sounds a good idea. Then the more I thought about it, I thought no.
A lot of running involved in that,
yeah,
apparently.
There's no chance I'll make it.
Yeah.
And I thought, why not do 30 gigs, as you do?
Yeah, and I mean, you're almost a musician because you're the drummer in the band, so it's like kind of a musician, aren't you? You hang around with musicians anyway, don't you, really, I suppose? Yeah. In all seriousness, I mean, cancer research, I mean, you've approached them and said, look, we're going to do this, have you? Or,
yeah.
What was their response? Were they quite, cause it's quite an unusual one, isn't it, really?
Yeah, they're all supportive of it, and giving us all support we can get.
Why over the top? Why 30 in 24? Why not 24 in 24 hours?
Well, last year I did sound for a band in Sutton who did 24 in 24 hours.
Ah, so are you going to beat a record as well then?
Better, yes.
Do you know, is there a record? Have we looked the record up? Do we know? Is there a record for that?
Research I've done, there's Status Quo did 4 stages in 24 hours.
Right.
And the King Blues did 6. So 30 beats that, hopefully.
I was going to say, yeah, put together, you've still beaten them, haven't you, really? Yes. Fellas, are you looking forward to this? Are you excited about this? Sam, are you
yeah, definitely.
Are you in special training for this at all?
Yeah, well, we've had to get teams together and a few different vans so we can move along and play gigs, and then the other team will set up our equipment while we get there. So we'll sort of move around, and then the team will have set up already, so we don't have to do so much work, as in, you know, with the equipment ourselves, which we normally do, isn't it?
That's great. It's the only reason you're doing this is an opportunity to play a gig and not have to set your own gear up, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, roadies for once.
How many sets of gear have you got then? How many have you had to have?
3.
So they're going to kind of leapfrog ahead of you, are they?
Yeah.
So once you do gig 1, and then you go to gig 2, and they take gig 1 stuff down and put it on gig 4, and it keeps going like that, does it? As you go? How much is it going to cost you? Do you know? Have you worked out?
Well, we've managed to get some sponsorship from Rattle and Drum and Carlsborough, which are helping us out with drums and guitar amps. We've managed to scrounge some PA equipment off local companies, and we've got our own as well. The only thing we've had to fork out for at the minute is the main PA for the final venue, which we're playing in Mansfield, the Palace Theatre, which is a big 500-seater, so we need a big PA for that.
So you're still looking for that right now, are you?
Yeah.
So if anybody's got one, if you've got a big PA under the bed, what size is big? What are you talking? How many?
4K, really.
4K?
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite a big one, isn't it, really? So you probably wouldn't have it under the bed. You're probably using it as a bed, aren't you, I would have thought. So if you've got, if you're living in it somewhere, if you've got a 4K, and don't worry, if you don't know what a 4K rig is, then you probably haven't got one, have you? He's thinking, well, what's that then? I don't know. Well, if you have to ask, then you probably haven't got one. But if anyone's got one and they know where there is one, then you'd like them to get in touch, and we'll make sure we keep your details here for that. In terms of the venues themselves, I mean, Dean, what do you? I mean, have you got a list of all the venues? Do you know all the places that you're playing? I mean, how have they been chosen? Are they on a strategic route as well? Are they?
Yeah, well, it's basically where we've played before, most of them anyway. There's a few what we haven't played before.
And it's always a good sign if they have you back as well, isn't it?
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah.
if they're prepared to do it, charity or no, I mean, if they're prepared to have you back as well.
It's also who you know, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Not what you know.
Well, that inspires us with confidence,
There's a few favours also in there.
So, I mean, some of them I would have thought would be quieter than others, won't they? Because I'm guessing you're having to do some in the morning time, which is never a good time to do rock and roll anyway, is it, lads, really? I mean, how's that going to work?
That's true.
Well, the first few, because we're starting on the 12th of September, which is a Friday night, in Derby, which we're actually looking for some venues at 9:30 and 10:30 Friday night. And then Saturday morning, we start at 9 o'clock in Mansfield, just playing the Marketplace, which is just a stall area. And then doing some weird and wonderful venues up until the main pubs open at night.
So it's going to be a hectic time, isn't it, really, in terms of the set? But how long's it going to be, each gig?
About 15 minutes, playing 5 songs at each venue until we get to the Palace Theatre Saturday night, when we're playing our full 2-hour set.
If you can manage it,
Yeah.
we'll see. Won't we? We'll see. We'll see how that one all goes. So it's like the 15 Minutes of Fame tour, isn't it? Then really, you can have that one.
Could say that,
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's quite good, isn't it? Yeah. See, I should have charged them for that one. You're going to play for us this morning, aren't you? Although we were going to hang on for the bass player, but you know, generally you find with bass players they can either play bass or find their way to places, not both. So unfortunately, we're going to do that. But
Well,
you're doing
I can't do both.
You're doing it. You can't do either.
Sorry, I just probably got the radio on.
Let's hope he's listening.
Yeah. So you're gonna do a tune for us this morning. It's one of yours, isn't it? Which
Yeah,
is
it is.
nice. What's this song called?
This is a song I written a few months ago. It's quite new.
Is that
Right on cue. My bass player's ringing me at the moment.
Found it. Yeah. So go on.
There he is.
Yeah. Go on. Where are you?
Where are you, Adam? You're live on the radio.
What's he say?
Live on radio.
Tell him he just sounds like a wasp to me. I don't know. Yeah. Is he going to make it in time? Is it worth hanging on for him?
Running a bit late.
He's running a bit late.
Hang up. Tell him we're going to do the tune without him
Actually
anyway.
live on the radio now.
All right, guys. Come on. Let's get it done anyway.
Bit of a Spinal Tap moment there.
Yeah. Bye. Bye. There we go. So knock your phone off. What's it called? Did you say? What's the song called?
There's a song called I'll Be There.
All right. Take it away, guys.